All right. Hey, everybody. Welcome to our first live stream of the week. Yay! Super excited. Oh, we got 4 viewers already. Awesome. Thank you guys so much for joining. Definitely post in the comments if you're interested in chatting with us. Drop a hi. I'd love to hear you. And we're a couple of our guests are going to be joining here in just a moment, but we'll get settled and kind of get things going. Really excited about the week. If anyone, for all the viewers that are out there right now, I would love to hear from all of you. If this is your first time at Cisco Live, if you're a first timer at Cisco Live this year, post in the comments and let us know. I'm super excited to hear if you are. Definitely post. All right, our first guest is dropping in now. Let's say hi.
Hey, how are you doing, Jeff?
I am awesome, man. I am doing fantastic. How are you?
I'm doing well. So far, so good. Excited for this
Right
week.
on.
So good things coming on the.
I bet.
Yeah, the week. So yeah, very very happy. How's everything going there?
Excellent, dude. Really good. Hey, we got our first joiner, Aaron Davis. How's it going, man? It's good to see you. Thanks for joining. Right on, dude. Things are good, man. How are things up in the Pacific Northwest?
Well, so far so good. Obviously, you know what's going on with some of the things, but besides that, everything else is going well. Finally, things are reopening and things are starting to move along their way. So that's good news. Yeah.
Good. I'm glad to hear that. I know it's definitely challenging for everybody right now, and I don't want to spend a lot of time on this particular stream talking about it, but there's been a lot of really good information coming out from Cisco, from Chuck Robbins, and others.
Yeah.
The challenges a lot of our friends and colleagues are. And family members are having right now. So, yeah, we can talk about that more. And I'm not trying to dodge it at all. I just think there's a lot of other forums where that conversation is happening. I think for this particular stream, we'll keep it to Cisco Live for today. Awesome.
Indeed.
And I think Jim is going to be joining us here in a few minutes. But, dude, I just want to say thank you for jumping on. This is the first live stream that we're doing as a West Area sales organization at Cisco. Our guest is coming in. Let's say hi to Jim.
Nice.
How's it going?
Hey guys,
Mr. Jim.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing all right.
Right on. We got about 7 viewers watching right now. Aaron Davis is already with us. Say hi to Aaron. Aaron.
Hey, Aaron.
Yeah.
This is cool, man. Ralph and I were just getting started. How's your Monday been so far?
Oh, busy getting ready for Cisco Live. It's good though. I'm excited.
Really, Cisco Live this week, huh?
Yeah, imagine that.
I know, right? That's cool, dude. I know it's gonna be kind of wild, and this is like our first live stream of the entire week, so this is gonna be really cool. And if you guys didn't realize, we are actually live on YouTube right now. We got 8 viewers watching us. Thank you guys so much for joining. 9. We have 9. Sweet. I like 9 viewers. This is fantastic. We'll get into the content here in just a minute, but I wanted to say thank you to the viewers and everyone else who'll end up watching this stream. After the stream is over, it'll be available on YouTube for everyone to watch. And for all those on YouTube right now, if you want to click subscribe, feel free to. I don't like to call for action too early in the video, but I do want to say click subscribe. You'll get notifications throughout the week as we do more live streams, post any other content. So just keep in touch. We'll be here. If you have any questions throughout the show, definitely throw them into the comments. All of us will be happy to answer questions and chat. And with that, why don't we get into it? So, Jim, I know you've been doing a ton of work in the last 3 or 4 months to get all of us ready for Cisco Live, given especially how different the format is this year. Do you want to share a few ideas or a few of the kind of the notes? I can show some of your content here in a minute, but do you want to talk about a little bit about like how this is so different from what it's been in previous years?
Definitely, yeah. It really is. It's a lot different than what we've done in the past. In a lot of ways, it's a lot easier just to go to San Diego or Las Vegas as planned, right? And go have some fun, right? And go walk into a physical session and listen to some experts talk about some really cool stuff. But this year, it's we had to figure out how to do that all digitally, and there's components they're not easy to pull off that way. But we're having fun with it, and it's gonna be good. I think we've come up with a lot of good ideas. Last year, in years past, it's been organized by architecture, and we have a lot of good content for security, for data center, for collaboration, for enterprise networking, et cetera. Mm-hmm. But this year we've arranged things in different channels, right? Because it is a live broadcast and because it is we have the format where we can broadcast things simultaneously, and we want to give our customers and partners and everybody that's interested the ability to tune into whatever they want. So now you have the Possibilities channel, which it's really kind of whimsical, right? We have guests, we have some musical acts coming on, high level concepts.
Wait, hold on. I know we got guests. What do you mean by musical? I mean, I know normally at the end of Cisco Live, or about halfway through, we got the customer appreciation event, which is always like some big arena someplace and band. I think it was Weezer last year, which was Weezer and Foo Fighters. That's right. That was awesome. So how are they doing it this year? How is like the musical act or the guests like that actually being handled this year?
Yeah, it's going to be a broadcast like the sessions are, but probably, Jeff, you probably caught a few musical acts over the last couple of months that were virtual, right?
Yeah.
It's going to be similar to that.
Excellent. Okay.
One of them. So we've gotten some big names that are coming to participate. So it should be pretty fun.
Right on. So, sorry, I interrupted you. So we're talking about the channel format, how the sessions are sort of broken out in these like, I don't know, swim lanes, but just these channels of different types of content. You were talking about the Possibilities channel, I think.
Yeah, Possibilities. So that's where we'll have the special guests and the musical acts.
Oh, okay.
Musical guests and things like that. There's the innovation channel, which is kind of conceptual, right? It's high level solutions, right? So that'll be more broad topics. Then you get into your IT Heroes channel, and that's what you traditionally think of as a deep dive technical session for Cisco Live, right? Getting into some topic, some technology where you've got an expert who knows it all and is going to tell you all about it, right?
There we go.
Yeah, thanks for bringing that up.
Yeah, a quick reference for everybody. Hopefully this will work. Maybe not.
It's
all right. It's all good. Go ahead. Sorry. Go ahead. I'm just playing with a toy. It's all right.
Look good on my end. And then IT leadership. So that's kind of like the IT management track that you were used to at Cisco Live. So
and so isn't the IT leadership one for any viewers? I know we have a lot of first timers to Cisco Live this year. And actually, by the way, since we're at this point, I figured I'd just ask. We've got about 9 folks joining us right now. Thank you guys again for joining the stream. I appreciate it. If any of you are first timers for Cisco Live, I'd love you to throw a quick flag in the post comment section. Just say hi to us if this is your first time at Cisco Live. We'd love to hear from you. So Jim, is the IT leadership track the one where they typically do like in a separate building? It's almost like its own small event that happens at Cisco Live? Rob, sorry. Yeah, go ahead.
Yep. No, that's exactly it. Used to be completely separate. In fact, it was a whole different ticket that you had to buy to go to IT manager. Oh,
yeah, that's right. Okay.
Yep. And this year it's all free. Anybody can join those sessions, right? So you'll see IT, Cisco on Cisco IT sessions, how to attract new talent, those kind of leadership type sessions that is open to everybody.
Very cool. That's awesome. Yeah, I know there's been a lot of conversation inside Cisco specifically about how is this, at least here for us, how is this year's event going to be different? Not just because it's virtual, but with everybody at home, how are people going to actually want to engage with John Wayne? John Wayne, that's awesome, dude. We all know John Wayne. John Wayne, this is your first time. go figure. If everyone doesn't know, John Wayne is somebody in part of the marketing organization that works with all 3 of us here in the West of the United States. So thanks for joining, John. That's awesome. Who else will we have? Bisa just joined. Steve Birch, how's it going, man? Thank you for joining. And you are also a first timer. This is fantastic. I love seeing first timers. And it's so cool that now that we have, like you said, Jim, now that it's a free event, anyone can register. So we have probably a ton more people now that haven't been able to go in the past. I can speak from experience working for companies, in the early part of my career that might pay for a few passes to go to Cisco Live. But as a junior, person, I may not have been the person prioritized to go to that sort of event or that would get the most out of it. So I can imagine a lot more people are, going to be able to attend this year than ever have been able to in the past.
Yeah. In fact, usually we get about somewhere between 20 and 30,000 attendees at the in-person event. Mm-hmm. This year, we're just about to cross the 100,000.
Oh my God. I know it's a digital event, but that is still a surreal number. That is huge.
It's going to be crazy.
Seriously. It's going to be a crazy party at everyone's house individually. Well, Rolf, I know you've got a few sessions and other things this week going on that you're super excited about. Did you want to kind of chime in and chat about some of the stuff people should really be focusing on?
So yeah, before I jump to actually my sessions and the sessions I'm actually excited about, I want to talk about like my history with Cisco Live. So I came to the United States in 2010. And my dream was to join Cisco, right? Work for Cisco, and and be like a network engineer for Cisco. So that was my dream. I'm living the real dream right now. But when I came actually to the US and I started working on advanced services, doing a lot of cool work, working with service provider, but then at the same time, doing presentations to the customer and all that. And then that opportunity came up with my manager when he told me, "Hey, I think you're a good guy and you have the right personality and skills to do a Cisco Live presentation." I was like, "No way, that's too much for me. I had never been in Cisco Live." I've never been in Cisco Live, and honestly, it's not the same to do a presentation to your customers than doing it in front of 200 people or 300 people that you don't know anything about, right? So that's what the trigger for me to have that awesome opportunity to, number one, go to Cisco Live for the first time, and two, be able to present. And it was amazing, the best experience ever. And I was like, man, I want to go. I want to go again. I mean, this is incredible. I mean, you learn so much, and session after session is just like learning and learning and learning, because you get the knowledge from the business unit and from the expert that are actually developing our technology. So
Totally.
I was like, man, yeah.
Ralph, I do want to interrupt you though. So do you remember what the first session was you ever presented on in Cisco Live?
Of course. I mean, design and deployment of the ASR 5500 for mobility customers.
Oh,
so that was
right.
that was
When
basically
was that?
in 2013.
Nice.
Yeah.
Right,
so that was my first session actually that I presented, and then I went back again in 2014. But then I went as a instructor for the Proctor Lab. So we have the hub, and at the hub we do a lot of labs. Where all attendees, they can show up and register for the labs and do it right away. So I was proctoring the labs, and then in 2015 again, that was in San Diego. 14 was San Francisco. 15 was again in San Diego, and I went there and again did another presentation. Then 16 and 17, I didn't go to Cisco Live, but I went again in 2018. But I went in 2018 as an attendee, and it was an incredible experience. Number one, now I was on the sales team as helping my customers, attending different sessions. And number two, I was also looking for those incredible sessions that I wanted to go and attend and learn from them. And then in 2019, I had the great opportunity to go to San Diego and present again. I presented 2 sessions last year. One was a tutorial about the CCI service provider, and the other one was about the CCNP service provider. It was great and awesome because that was the Cisco Live where we launched our new certification. So all the content that we were actually presenting was new, completely new curriculum, everything new exams, all new. So that was also a very exciting Cisco Live. And this year I was thinking like, man, with everything that is going on with COVID-19, is Cisco Live gonna be in? I think they're gonna suspend it. I was like, very, worried, because this year I was actually doing 3 sessions, but then they came up with this content of doing it virtually. And I was like, initially when they announced it, I think it was beginning of April. I was end of March. I was like, man, virtual. I don't know. Is this gonna really work? I mean, you, that's how you start, right? But then, I was like, no, I think this is an awesome opportunity because everybody is at home, and everybody is working from home, so they can have the awesome opportunity to be able to join all those live sessions. And even recorded sessions that we're going to be having available. So I saw the opportunity there where I was like, no, I think this can be great. And, Jim just mentioned that we broke all the records on registration with more than 100,000 people. And that all has to do with people being at home, working from home, and being able to have that time, those cycles to be able to register and attend the session. So I think it's all great. But coming back to your question now, I also am very excited because of the sessions that we're actually gonna be sharing this year, and some of those incredible sessions that I will recommend. Number one, keynotes. Don't miss the keynotes. All keynotes are extremely important, and you should be attending those. But one that I will strongly recommend is gonna be about SecureX. So SecureX is basically our new platform that will help you actually to integrate all your entire security portfolio and have that single view for everything that is going on for all the products that you're on from Cisco, right, in your network. And also that give you SecureX is pretty awesome because of that, but SecureX is going to have also a very rich API, so you'll be able to integrate third parties, other vendors with SecureX, so you can have more granularity and understand what's going on with all those security and third-party vendors. So I completely recommend SecureX. And the other one that I will strongly recommend is designing for a cloud-ready secure one architecture. Basically, that is mostly SD-WAN, right? Mm-hmm. To get to understand more about what is our security play with SD-WAN, right? For remote branches and also for headquarters and also for the cloud. So I strongly recommend that one. And then I need to also send kudos to our good friend Tom Freeman, because even though his session is not gonna be live, he's gonna be recording a session about Intersight. So I also encourage, and I will recommend all our attendees to look up for that session, because it's gonna be a great session about Intersight, best practice and cool features that he's gonna be presenting.
Yeah. One thing I wanted to note on the SecureX one that you mentioned, and Mark, I think it's Mark Casper. Is that Mark Casper just joined? Who just joined? KG Ghost? K Ghost? I love that handle, dude. Thank you for joining so much. It's great to have you. We're actually going to be doing a live tomorrow after one of the SecureX sessions. We'll be going live at 10 a.m. Pacific time tomorrow morning. I'll be joined by Mark Casper, who I think they're referring to in the comment right now, which is awesome. All about one of the SecureX sessions and going into more detail about what you're talking about, Roth, which is really cool.
Yeah, and the last thing I want to share, Jeff, so we can keep talking about different things, is I will be also recording 2 sessions. I was actually supposed to do one live, but because we didn't have enough channel, because we have so many sessions, it moved to a recording one. But I will be recording 2 sessions. One is going to be about CCNP service provider, new things coming out, new content. We're gonna be even making that session more practical, with more use cases and more exam experience, showing more labs real life. So we're gonna be recording that session and showing good things about it. And the other one is gonna be about 5G with SD-WAN for enterprise customers.
Oh, nice. That's awesome.
Think about owning, as an enterprise customer, your own 5G infrastructure, and you're only using the mobility network or of the service provider to get to the cell site, but you're terminating that specific session of your device. You're terminating it on your own data center. It can be private data center, it can be at the public cloud, it can be anywhere, but you're using SD-WAN as a transport to be able to secure that 5G infrastructure that you have built. So that's, in a nutshell, what the session will talk about. Mm-hmm. And we're targeting their enterprise customers, how enterprise customer can leverage and have their own packet core or 5G network and use SD-WAN as a transport to secure it.
That's awesome, dude. Thank you for covering all those things, man. There's just so many sessions to even think about, and it's always this way at Cisco Live, where there's like just a ton of sessions you want to go to, and then you're like, okay, I got everything booked. I think I'm good. Then you go back and look at the schedule, like, how did I miss all this content? Like, now I don't even know what to choose anymore. I find myself always like changing my schedule like a day or so before, because I'm like, I don't know what else to pick.
Yeah.
Jim, I want to go back to you for a sec. So other than the 4 main tracks where all the sessions are kind of bundled together, or at least categorized, what are some of the other like key things you would point out to anyone, either first timers or people who've done this many times, that maybe different this year that they don't quite know about?
Yeah, absolutely, Jeff. So I think the biggest thing is that, you hit it spot on. It's impossible to watch all of the sessions because there's 4 channels and they're all being broadcast in parallel, right? So you got to pick and choose. And even then, you might not get everything you want to. So the cool thing this year is that there will be, everything that's broadcast over the next 2 days will be on demand later. Also, on Thursday, the 4th, the day after the broadcast ends, we're going to be releasing a batch of about 100 on-demand sessions that we can look through at our leisure. So that's pretty cool.
That's kind of cool. I had heard, I had heard from our internal chatter that the way it was going to be, for more of post sessions will be released over the coming weeks, months, or whatever the time period is. So you said it's that first batch of 100 are going to be released when?
On Thursday. So
on Thursday.
On the 4th. Yeah. And then
on the 4th.
And then sometime in July, they'll release another batch, and then another batch in about September is what they're saying.
Yeah.
Okay. That's awesome. So good. One thing to note, everyone, if you haven't heard that already, make a point of remembering or writing down that at the Cisco Live website, where you can always get content like we do now, like you can go back and watch old sessions from past years, you'll be able to find these additional sessions. So you've got all the live stuff happening tomorrow and Wednesday, and then more stuff being released like every month thereafter, and lots of new content. Since you mentioned Thursday, there is another cool, this is near and dear to my heart, has been every year, because I always spend probably more than my fair share of time in the DevNet area at Cisco Live. But a reminder for everyone, just because there's a Cisco Live and it's virtual and it's only 2 days, doesn't mean there won't also be a DevNet area. So on Thursday, if you haven't registered already, go over to developer.cisco.com and you can get registered. DevNet Day is happening on Thursday, and it's all kinds of really cool curated sessions, some amazing keynotes by Susie Wee and I think some other folks they've announced. So that should be a really cool day as well. Guys, we're kind of running down to the end of the time I wanted to do the live today and kind of help educate everyone. Is it for either one of you? Are there any other sort of call outs for the week that you guys want to go through, or things you just want to make sure people really pay attention to while they're kind of going through the live sessions and post live sessions this week?
Yeah, I'd say, Jeff, that there are opportunities for our customers to meet with our engineers at Cisco. We've got a lot of cool things planned from that perspective. So if a customer wants to do that, talk to your account team. They'll get you all set up. But yeah, our architecture teams have some really cool whisper suites. They call them innovation forums, where they're going to talk about roadmap information and cool things that we're going to release in the future. So if you can, get signed up for one of those. Highly recommend it.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yep.
I know for a lot of customers that we work with, and anybody watching this session that hasn't heard of that before, we have these. They used to be called whisper suites. They've changed names, but they're essentially this kind of invite-only area you can work with your account team, your sales team at Cisco to get access to. And you can learn about some stuff that we're working on the back end that our business units don't necessarily publicize or aren't ready to publicize yet. So it's a really good way to get sort of insider information before everyone else does, which is one of, again, the cool things about Cisco Live. Rob, how about you?
Yeah. Besides everything else that Jim shared, also don't be shy to participate on the live streaming. Actually, we're going to be having panelists on all the live streaming, answering questions. So in case you have any question, you can actually post that question during the channel, and there will be people answering those, questions live. So, that in that way, you'll be able to participate also get the answer to those questions. And if you still want to go deeper, after the session, as Jim mentioned, talk to your account team, right? Talk to your Cisco team, and they will be able to follow up. Even with the same people that are presenting, you can tell them, hey, I want to have a meeting, right? A deep meeting with that guy that presented at live. The Cisco team can help you to arrange that meeting with that person, from the BU or from engineering that actually presented that session. So don't be shy to engage, deeper enough on those conversations with, with the team of Cisco. Yeah.
Awesome, dude. Thank you. That's a really good call out too, because at the live event, it's a little easier because you're physically in a room with somebody and you can walk over to them and tap them on the shoulder and say, hey, can we chat for a minute? And I know this is likely going to feel a little odd for a lot of people because it's just such a different format. So that's a really good thing to call out. Everyone definitely take Rob's advice and make sure to, ping people or message your account team or whatever you can do to get those additional interactions. And I know a lot of us at Cisco are going to be doing reach outs. And I'll talk here in just a minute about some of the other live streams that we'll do throughout the week. Well, awesome, guys. Thank you so much. I appreciate you guys joining. Throughout the rest of the week, we'll be doing more live streams. But I'm going to let you guys go, and then I'll wrap up, and we'll see the rest of you guys later. See you, Rob. See you, Jim.
See you.
See you.
Bye, guys. So for everybody else, as we wind down the live stream today, I just want to say thank you so much for joining. This is the first of several we'll be doing throughout the week. So keep an /eye here on the Baz Bites YouTube channel. If you need a link back here all the time, it's cs.co. I'll put it in the comments in a minute. cs.co/Baz Bites. So you can always find us on YouTube. We have streams going all week. I didn't put up a little picture-in-picture, but I wanted to kind of let you guys know the streams are tomorrow. Actually, you know what? I might have it close by here. Let me see if I can find it real quick, and then I'll show it on the screen so it makes a little bit more sense. But we're going to be doing a lot of content throughout the week. And the idea is, after all these sessions, just to give you guys a little bit of a debrief, make it fun, and just kind of have a good time. Let me see if I can find my watch party flyer that I made for everybody. And I will share this with you guys. Let me share my screen. We'll pull this guy up real quick. Share. And here you go. Let me scroll down. So we've got several different events happening throughout this week specifically. So today, you're here on this live stream. Thank you guys for joining us. And if you're not on the live stream, you can see the video afterwards. You'll stay here on YouTube for the duration. Tomorrow morning, after the first day's keynotes, there are keynotes on both days. So after the first day's keynotes, I'll be doing a live stream, a little event right after the keynote, I think around 10:10 tomorrow morning, with Kristen Gioberto, a senior engineering manager. She's my boss. And Mike Lucia, who happens to be a sales director here at Cisco, to talk a bit about what we saw on the keynote, some things that we learned. We'll be going live tomorrow morning. And then tomorrow afternoon, or tomorrow a little bit later, around I think 11:10 in the morning, myself and Mark Casper will jump on and talk a bit about some of the commentary and things we learned from one of the SecureX sessions that runs, I think, from 10:30 until 11. So go check that session out. Wednesday, we're going to be doing a post-session, again, live stream. I'll be meeting up with Daniel Roman to talk a bit about the insights and automation from multi-cloud session. And I know a lot of these are super important to everybody, especially SecureX and multi-cloud, because with the pandemic crisis that's been going on in others and all of us working remotely, businesses and organizations are leveraging cloud platforms a lot more to be more dynamic and to spin up the resources that they need. So I think a lot of these sessions are super poignant and I think really get to the heart of what organizations are challenged with right now. So those can be a blast. On Friday, we're going to be doing it looks like I have it on here twice, actually. So we're going to be doing a post-event sort of line. Oh, no, I have two of them. Okay. On Friday, June 5th, we'll be doing a post-event live stream with a host of people, some really amazing people from here out in the Cisco West. So join us. We'll be going for probably an hour to an hour and a half on that live stream. But don't worry, you can join at any time and drop whenever you need to. It's going to be casual conversations, just chatting about things we learned all week and some of the fun stuff that we did. So we'd love to see you on those live streams. And then one follow-up will be next week on June 10th. We're going to do one more wrap-up after some additional time has been kind of given to everyone to bake in, and we'll have a lot of fun with that. So definitely stay tuned. Thank you guys all so much for joining me today and my guests. I really appreciate it. And I look forward to seeing you the rest of the week in the live streams and here at Cisco Live. Bye, guys. Have a great one.